The life path number, also known as the destiny number, is the number that results from the numerological reduction of your date of birth. It offers insight about the core of your personality, and will also give you a greater understanding of the pathway to success in your life. Before we get started, if you'd like to know your life path, soul urge, and destiny numbers, click the link in the description below. In numerology, 4 is the number of stability, like the 4 corners of a square, the 4 traditional elements, the 4 seasons, or the 4 wheels of a car. It is a practical, functional number, associated with practical, functional people. The destiny number 4 has a highly practical and down-to-earth approach to life, rarely given to flights of fancy or desire for the unattainable. You are determined and driven, not for success in the way that a 1 is, but for a stable and orderly life. Money is not important to you, but financial stability is, fame isn't, but respect is, being the CEO of a company isn't, but doing your job well, however low on the totem pole it might be, is. In mathematics, 4 is the first positive non-prime number, that is, the first positive number that can be divided by something besides itself and 1. This indicates your ability to work well and constructively with others. You are an excellent team player, and very good at taking directions and sticking to a plan. However, you can become very frustrated with people who obviously aren't putting in the same kind of effort that you are. You don't take kindly to picking up other people's slack, and while you won't let work go undone, you will seriously balk, and rightly so, if someone who faked on you asks you to do something else for them in the future. You have a strong sense of ethics, and are not willing to compromise them for much. People can sometimes perceive this as you being a stick in the mud, but this isn't a perspective that tends to bother you much. People who feel this way aren't usually ones you're very interested in having in your life anyway. You have a legendary ability to resist peer pressure. Marketers hate people like you because it's virtually impossible to talk you into buying something you don't need. You're extremely sensible, and if an idea seems bad, it doesn't matter how many people are trying to tell you otherwise. It is important that those on life path 4 find ways to relax and open up, especially about their ideas. You have many good, innovative, and even imaginative ideas, but don't often share them with others because you're staying focused on the work that other people have told you to do. This is a great loss for the world. Your ideas would make things much better if you just admit that you were thinking about something other than the tasks you were assigned once in a while. No one would be anything but grateful. In contrast to result-oriented numbers like 1 and 8, fulfillment for 4s comes through hard work, rather than the external awards that hard work can result in. This is an extremely positive thing, because it means that you can find fulfillment in almost every situation you might be in. It is surprising to many people that 4s are among the most optimistic numbers. On the whole, your extreme practicality would have many people thinking you should be dull and cynical. Not so. 4's motto could practically be, do what you can, with what you have, where you are, which means that you can see the light in almost any situation, and no matter how bad things are, you can find happiness through hard work. Even when a situation is objectively terrible, you can find happiness in the process of trying to get out of it. The periods that are most depressing for 4s are those where they feel useless or helpless. Obviously, feeling like you can't do anything isn't fun for anyone, but 4s feel uselessness most acutely. Sickness, injury, being between jobs, or even vacations leave 4s antsy to the point of borderline insanity. Pro tip for families and spouses of 4s: a surprise holiday to a tropical resort is not going to help your 4 relax. Find hobbies that make you feel productive, even when you're not working. Knitting or sewing can be great because the results are instantly visible. Blogging is also a very popular pastime, since it keeps 4s mentally stimulated while also allowing them to reflect a bit on their lives. People are definitely going to call you a workaholic at various points in your life. It's annoying, but unavoidable. Some people just can't accept that others might find happiness in being a hard worker, and they'll try to tell you to change your life so that it fits better with their idea of a good work-life balance. True, it's important that you find time to do some things besides your work, but it's up to you to decide what to do, when, and for how long, not anyone else's arbitrary ideas of how much time it's acceptable to spend on your job. While it's great to spend lots of time on your job, do try to take a little more time than you may currently be taking to spend time with other people. Whether these people are your immediate family, your friends, or your co-workers, you do need some human interaction in your life. 4s have a tendency to isolate themselves, because your sense of hard work both monopolizes your time and pushes away lesser achieving types. But this isn't how it has to be. Schedule in some time for social interaction, and you will find yourself feeling more inspired and energetic, maybe even willing to take a few more risks than you were before. the numerology definition of 4 highlights your practical, stable, and hard-working personality. It is a very auspicious destiny number to have in the modern world, where work ethic is so precious, and stability so hard to come by. Your hard work gives you a sense of purpose, and makes you a dependable and trustworthy person in almost every situation possible. Partners and friends will appreciate that as much as employers. You seek stability and security in your relationships, as well as in your career. In fact, the drive for stability is behind many of your decisions, and is one of the reasons that you have difficulty deviating from a path once you're on it. Not only do you tend to become almost unconscious of the world outside your path, but you can become the slave of a nagging fear that, if you go off the rails, whatever is off them is much worse than what you currently have, and you'll be left helpless and alone. By conquering this fear, you can continue to use your legendary work ethic, while not wasting your psychic energy on work or people that you hate. Just because you committed to a project or a person once doesn't mean that they need to be part of your life forever. You have the skills to succeed in almost any situation, so there's really no reason for you to fear that the rug will be yanked out from under you if you make any kind of change. I should mention that for a practical 4, numerology may not even seem like the most useful tool. You may have read this whole article with a certain amount of skepticism, which is fair. However, you shouldn't discount the role of numerology completely. It can be just one of many tools that you use in order to achieve your goals in life. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to subscribe to be notified about my uploads.